I'm filming this intro 4 days after the video. Like I'm 4 days in the future right now. We're all moved into the new house. Everything has finally settled down, but I need a couple disclaimers before we get into this. The first one, the biggest one, is that I am only responsible for the repercussions of my actions. I don't want this to feel like I'm complaining, like, oh, I'm banned from uHaul, I can't believe they did that. No, I can. So yes, it's my fault that I'm banned from uHaul, and we'll get into why obviously later in this video, but you'll kind of see throughout this video, because this video is 4 days worth of broken footage, and I'll get into some of the drama and whatnot that happened to extend this into such an ordeal. I don't know, like combine like zero sleep and frustration, and you can like sense the frustration in my voice in some of the segments of the video, and I just don't want it to be like, oh my god, I can't believe I got banned from uHaul, how could they do that? No, I deserved it. Second disclaimer is, I know that uHaul will watch this video because I've learned that uHaul watches videos when they're mentioned. How do I word this? This entire video is CGI, none of it is real, therefore please don't hit anyone in this video with any repercussions because they're not even in the video. You know how crazy AI has gotten. This is AI generated video, and yeah. That's it. Okay. let's jump into the video. Take us backwards 4 days. This was supposed to be a one-night trip. We drive back to the house in LA, we load up a truck, and we drive back the next morning, and it wasn't that. So enjoy. In my last video, I know that I said it was my last time here, but we did have to stop by one last time just to load up the U-Haul truck. I'm also gonna get into why I have a lifetime ban from U-Haul, but first we just gotta get all this shit in there. All of this, it's pretty much all of the leftover stuff from when the house was being staged. You know, we used part of our furniture and part of the stager's furniture. Any of this wall stuff, the TV console, the chairs, this little divider thing, I don't know what you call it, TV, all of this outdoor furniture, the umbrella, the gazebo. And as I'm walking around, I'm getting really nervous that the truck's not gonna be big enough, but it's the only truck they have, so it's gonna be big enough. All right, we gotta get this loaded up. I have no soul left in my body. I'm an empty shell of a human. I don't even want, I'll talk more about what, I can't even say words. It's done. I wasn't gonna film anything just because I'm so exhausted and sad and mad, but I figured that I would want this memory of just the walkthrough now that the house is completely empty, so let's do this. First time seeing the house empty since I bought the house, which makes sense. Office, empty. Bathroom, empty. Kitchen, pretty much empty. Taylor and her stuff are there. That's all coming with us. Dining room, empty. You can see where this is going, right? Living room, empty. Second living room, also empty. Upstairs we go for the 479th time today. Okay. Damn, look at that. There she is. Empty, 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 empty. Are you ready for it? Can you guess what I'm gonna say? I gotcha. And then lastly, dude, I can't believe, I think I'm a hoarder, first of all. I'll get more into that later because it's been a whole ordeal today, but couldn't even fit the outdoor furniture. And luckily, well, luckily is a word for it, but we were planning on selling it and getting different outdoor furniture for the new house and just using this as a placeholder, but Gabe wants it for his house, so I'm gonna give it to Gabe. He was super helpful today helping load up the U-Haul, so Gabe's coming by to pick that up. And aside from that, that's it. One final sweep through. I've already showed you guys, I've already done this already, so I'm delusional at this point. I'm done. Alright, this video has been all over the place. So many things have happened in the past 48 hours, but I haven't filmed anything because of how many things have been happening. I am not in a U-Haul truck or my car. I'm in a rental car. I am so beyond mentally drained. I slept for the first time last night, which was nice because I was on like 48 hours no sleep up until then. Regardless, a whole bunch has happened. The U-Haul truck got to the new house, and my parents and a friend whom I will not name, I don't think, that I'll get to that later too, unloaded the U-Haul for us at our house. Taylor's taking the Tesla to the new house. I'm taking this rental van because the U-Haul wasn't big enough. Once I feel like rejuvenated enough to tell the story of everything that happened, I'll get there, because it was like a movie, but not a good kind of movie. Like, the comedic timing of all of the bad things happening was just immaculate. This thing is, I mean, full beyond capacity though. The Tesla's full beyond capacity. The U-Haul was over full. 2 hours, 30 minutes until I get to the house. I think Taylor will be there in 3.5 hours. Then like all of our stuff is there now, but it's not packed away anywhere, so we have a bunch of that to do. Sort of just wanted to like update you where things are in the shit show of a move that we're in right now. Home stretch though. We are in the home stretch for sure. See you guys back at the house. We finally, or not we, Taylor's gonna be here in about an hour, but I finally made it. I cannot say thank you enough to everyone that helped unload while Taylor and I were still on our way here. My parents especially for watching the dog, my parents for everything. But this was supposed to be a one-night trip, and it ended up being a 3-night trip. So thank you to my parents for staying an extra 2 nights and watching our dogs and keeping an eye on the house and everything. Lamont and Paul for helping unload the U-Haul van once some kind stranger delivered it to the house. I don't even know who did. That's crazy. More on that later. This is just about all of our belongings that were in the U-Haul that have since been unloaded. That is a lot of stuff. All of this. We got the bed frames, all this stuff. We got some boxes. I don't even know what's over here, all the way over here. But no, that's not it. Keep in mind that's just the U-Haul truck. That's not the minivan yet, and that's not the Tesla either. Hi, I missed you guys so much. I missed you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. All of this as well was in the U-Haul truck. The plants, I had to have this one kind stranger take the plants out of the U-Haul truck last night, bring them into their house so they don't die, put them back in, and I love my plants. This is a fiddle leaf fig, I believe it's called, and they're very, not like temperamental, they don't like to be moved, and it's not gonna be happy with them. It lived in a U-Haul truck overnight, and it's been through a lot. She's looking okay though. I love my house plants. I'm glad they made it. Our kitchen table part. I mean, dude, we have a very, very large job ahead of us unpacking all of this, or I guess repacking it, I should say. But I mean, just having it like here is such a big step in the right direction. The dad van held up, bro. I've gotten it's like a brand new 2024. What is it? A Chrysler Pacifica. I tried to rent a pickup truck or a box truck from another company because I can't get one from U-Haul, and like no one had anything last minute, so I had to rent. I was like, what's the biggest car you have? Like, well, we have a minivan, so I had to get this. 75% chance I open this up and everything falls out. No, okay. Can you see this is an insane amount of things. Okay, again, 75% chance that I open this and everything falls out. Okay, so far we're 2 for 2. Got one more door here. Look at that. We made it. We're good. Look at all that stuff that I get to unpack now. A lot of the time, I think I'd like put on the GoPro chest mount or just kind of film more of the whole process. I just want to get this done, bro. I want to get everything out of every vehicle. I want to return this thing. I want to be done. I'll see you when we're done. Okay, we are back. I'm in the same place where I just filmed the intro to this video, but now let's get into kind of what happened, because there's a lot. Let me get comfortable here. Oh, let's get real comfy actually, because look at that view though, and that view though. Wow, there is so, it's crazy because I haven't posted in 4 days, where I recently went 6 months without uploading, and because of how, you know, crazy and cool life has been, like I've been posting every day, every other day, and now like 4 days feels like a while. So much has happened. Let's start with the bad. We'll start with the bad that happened, how I got banned from U-Haul, and then get into the good that just happened today. You guys remember a video I posted maybe 4 years ago, building a mini ramp inside the back of a U-Haul and taking it on the freeway. They didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. That was such a sick video though. I loved that. That was like a video that I was proud of, like the production value, how it worked. It was fun. And I never knew that I was banned. So we filmed that video. It was me and again, some people who I will not name. So me and, you know, some associates of mine did this whole mini ramp in the back of a U-Haul truck video. I edited the video, I posted on YouTube, did decent, ton of fun, you know. Then probably a year later, 8 months later, I had to move. Like I was moving, so I had to go get a U-Haul truck. And I go through the process. I've used U-Haul in the past, so I, book it online, or maybe I did it over the phone, who knows. And the reservation went through, all was fine and dandy, and then the day comes for my reservation. I go to pick up the truck, and keep in mind, this was probably close to a year after the YouTube video, so it's the last thing that I'm ever even remotely thinking about. And I get there, and I have to give them their driver's license, and they like scan the license or whatever, and then just a big red screen comes up, and it says I'm on a do not rent list. And as soon as they said that I was on a do not rent list, that's when I was able to put two and two together. It was just funny because they didn't have an explanation, because there was just an employee working at the U-Haul office, so all they see is this big red screen that says do not rent and do not ever remove this do not rent from this person, so they don't know why. And I was thinking, like, what did they think happened? I know for a fact they didn't think that I put a half pipe in the back of a U-Haul, you know what I mean? They probably thought it was some sketch ass dude or something. That's how I found out that I was banned, and that's when they told me that it's a lifetime ban, like it's never gonna be removed. And that's when I was like, okay, that's a bummer. Let's have this person rent it. Let's have this person rent it. I can't say names, but just friends of mine. I was like, oh, I'll just rent it through them and then drive it. I went with each of my friends and found out slowly but surely that anyone remotely connected to me was banned from U-Haul as well. Again, without naming names, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my close people were lifetime banned from U-Haul. And the most annoying thing about all of that is that 3 of those 5 people weren't there for the U-Haul mini ramp video, nor did they even, like, they don't know me like that. Like, it's mutual friend type of thing. They had no idea the video even happened. Like, they had no affiliation or association with me whatsoever, besides like we're friends in real life, and they got banned. And that's when I was like, bro, this is a problem. So that's the how I got banned story. But this story of what happened during this move goes deeper than that. It feels so good to have this all past me now, and like sitting in this hammock is so amazing compared to the past couple days. Since this lifetime ban that myself and my people got hit with, a couple of those people have since gone back to U-Haul. And again, this was 3 or 4 years ago, so they've gone back since then, and like the ban had been lifted, and they were able to get U-Haul trucks again. You can't just like check, like you can't check their website and like it doesn't tell you you're banned, which is the most annoying thing. You can do the reservation, you can get all the way there, but when you go to pick up the truck, they tell you. So some of my friends had been unbanned, and orchestrating this move to get everything into the new house was kind of it was relying on other people, not us, because it depended on when we closed escrow on the LA house. We don't want to move our stuff out if escrow's still open, So we got about a 2-week notice that like their loan had been approved, that we were gonna close escrow. We had everything was on track, so we were comfortable moving the stuff out of the house. So I had 2 weeks to schedule a rental truck. Based on me being banned for the past 3 or 4 years, I've done Budget, Penske, what else, Hertz, like there's other options. So I went through and I called Budget, I called Penske, I called Hertz, I called Enterprise, I called every single moving truck company there was, at least that I could find in the LA area. Not a single company had a box truck for us. And I think maybe 4th of July weekend, like it was around 4th of July, so maybe that's why. 2 weeks in advance, like I thought we'd be chilling, and we just weren't. And then I had remembered that a couple of my friends had been unbanned from U-Haul. So I checked U-Haul, and sure enough, U-Haul's the only company that had a box truck for the date that we needed. So I went through, I moved forward with the reservation. It all went smooth. They took down my name and all my info, and like the reservation was reserved. I was a little nervous because, I mean, obviously I had a feeling that maybe I'd still get there and I'd find out I was on this do not rent list, and then what do we do? Because now we have a closing date for the LA house, and we have to get the stuff out. So I just, fingers crossed, I was like, okay, maybe it'll just work. And I guess to shorten this story down, I don't need to go into too many details. It didn't work. I'm still banned. Nothing changed there. I take full responsibility for my actions. Like I broke U-Haul's terms of service, and I got banned for making that YouTube video. Sure, that's fine, right? I think it's really whack that some people that had no association with me whatsoever got banned, and apparently I found out later that they have an algorithm that somehow determines who is a connection to me, and they ban them too. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a human doing it or some crazy AI shit, but that's kind of annoying, just because like I'm okay to pay for my mistakes, but like don't make people that weren't even there, don't make their lives harder. But what really pisses me off is that they never bothered to call and tell me. I had to call uHaul the day before my reservation because they were supposed to call me 24 hours in advance, and they never did. And that's when I started getting all like sketch about it. So I called them and I was like, hey, like I have a reservation in less than 24 hours. I was told that I was supposed to get a call to confirm everything, and they pull up my reservation like, oh yeah, you're on a do not rent list, so we can't rent you. And I'm like, well, why would you not tell me that previously? Like, you clearly you knew that, which is why you didn't give me the courtesy call to confirm. And it's just like, I don't know, the lack of communication is what bothered me. You know, like taking down my credit card info. I never got billed because I didn't pick up the truck, but they let you get very like through the reservation, and then they just never even bothered to tell me that my reservation had been canceled because I'm on a do not rent list. Like that was whack to me. So it left me zero time for a backup plan. Now Taylor and I are on our way to LA. It's 6 hours before my rental truck reservation was. We have an entire, I guess it wasn't an entire 4-bedroom house because we had done one load previously, but we had like 2 bedrooms of stuff that needed to be out in the next 72 hours. Budget, Hertz, and Enterprise, everything else. No one had box trucks. A legit moving company is $2 or $3 grand because they have to actually pay their movers. Like we wanted something that we could load ourselves. That was out of the budget. That was out of the question. So then by the grace of God, a kind stranger who I have never met, I don't know their name, I don't know what they look like, I know nothing about them. A U-Haul truck appeared magically in my driveway. No idea how. The only problem was it wasn't the right size U-Haul truck because everything else was sold out. So I load up this U-Haul truck that had been, you know, magically delivered, and that in itself took, we were planning for it to take 4 hours. It took 8, and it took 8 hours. I mean, it was, you know, bringing stuff from downstairs. We had to collapse furniture because now we didn't have the right size truck. So instead of like putting bed frames in, we had to fully disassemble bed frames. Same with couches and furniture and all that, you know. So this whole ordeal took 8 hours, and we probably got 3/4 of our stuff, you know. And we were running on fumes. Like we were so beyond exhausted, and I was ready to just take like the biggest L and just, you know, post a bunch of like my valuable things on Facebook Marketplace or on OfferUp just for free because they needed to be gone because the new owners were moving in. And I was just super frustrated and upset. And again, this obviously it's the consequences of my own actions. I understand that. Thankfully, Taylor was like, no, you can't just like give away your things. Like we're gonna find a solution to this. So knowing that there weren't any box trucks available, we start calling just rental car places to see if we can find like a pickup truck or a minivan or whatever. Finally, Budget had, or it was Budget or one of those rental car places had a minivan available. Again, this was all like last minute. Like I'd be calling places, be like, yo, like I need something in 45 minutes. Can I come by? And 90% of them would say, no, it's too short notice, obviously. But finally, Budget had a minivan, and I was able to go pick it up in 30 minutes, and we brought that back over, loaded that up with the rest of the stuff. And as you saw in the video, like we still couldn't fit the outdoor furniture, so we gave that to Gabe. Had to give away my barbecue to our neighbors. The gazebo didn't make it either. Gave that to the neighbors as well. Our umbrella, gave that away. Forced acts of charity. That's what it is. It's like, oh, you're welcome, here, take this. But in reality, it's like, I have no choice. No, I mean, we want to decorate everything here and make it ours. And like the furniture didn't match with this house as much. So we were planning on selling it and upgrading or updating or whatever. Just happened a little prematurely now to this whole situation. So that was the rental debacle. And I mean, that was, you know, hours and hours and hours of phone calls and back and forths. And like, this is the summarized version. So that was just like so stressful. And that's not even including like the other logistical side of it, which is like Taylor and my dogs, you know, Milo and Kona. My parents were nice enough to drive over to the house here and watch our dogs, but it was supposed to be for one night. And when U-Haul failed to let us know that I was still banned, it turned into 2 nights. And then we couldn't get this magical U-Haul that happened to appear in my front yard until the next day. So then it was 3 nights. So it's hours of back and forths. And then, you know, our friends that were kind enough to drive up here and help unload once the magical U-Haul appeared up here, because Taylor and I weren't here yet. So many phone calls, and we are so thankful to everyone that was able to help and make it happen, because it was, you know, physically impossible with just myself and Taylor. I'm definitely like a little bummed on the lack of content. I think just because like one of my biggest reasons for doing YouTube is for the documentation purposes of it. You know, pretty much at any given point, if I'm actively vlogging, I can go back to my videos and see where I was at that point in my life. And I really like documenting very pivotal moments. And selling my first home is a very pivotal moment. And unfortunately, just due to how hectic everything was and just sleep deprivation and just tensions were high, filming just wasn't a #1 priority. So a lot of that you know, is just not documented. It's also why I haven't posted in almost a week, is because it's just like we've been settling down and figuring our lives out. We're here now. we did it. The stress is over finally. And then the good news that just happened today actually was today is the 5th of July, and that was our escrow close date. And as of this morning, escrow is officially closed. My house has officially sold. It is under new ownership now. A new family is moving in, and it's off my plate. That just happened a couple hours ago, so that's super exciting. That was pretty much the last tie that was holding us back from officially starting this new chapter here. You know, this is it. Whew, it's 104 degrees out right now, by the way. It's hot. We've unpacked, and I put that in quotes because it's still somewhat of a mess, but I want to give you the quick one. I can't even talk. The quick run through. First of all, I planted all those plants that we got: orange tree, apple tree, peach tree, lime tree, lemon tree. And then we come over yonder. These are the olive martinis, so these will slowly, you know, blossom into more of a privacy hedge there. I have everything set up on a drip line, so everything's all automated and stuff like that. Also, don't even get me started on how difficult it was to dig into this clay dirt soil, because you have to dig a big ass hole and do the proper soil ratio and all that. That was like a 12-hour day in itself. We got them all planted though, so you guys remember this was all empty, and now we have all of our plants here, kind of around there. This is not a plant tour. I'm getting distracted. A lot has happened since my last video, and like I said, it is still a work in progress, so bear with me. It's a little bit messy. Kitchen is pretty much the same. The difference is we have a trash bin now, which is nice. I don't know why that's not in the trash bin. I'll put that there. This though, this is Taylor's doing. She organized the living room and dining area. I think it looks great. Boom, look at that. So again, placeholder couch. We want to get a curved couch that actually, you know, conforms to the walls, because as of now we put like an L couch and there's a giant gap behind it. It doesn't exactly fit, but this is like the layout. So we're gonna get a curved couch here. We're gonna sell this couch. We have the TV mounted over here, and that's on a swivel mount, so that can pull out. So if you're in the kitchen, you can watch it there. And this is the living room. It was really hard trying to figure out the layout of this house, because it's an interesting shape. You have the kitchen and you have the living room and dining room, but I put those both in quotes because like it's kind of weird to walk into a dining room, and the previous owners didn't have a kitchen table. They had an L couch here and a TV there, which is also odd, but like it's hard to make work. And then they would just have their food on the bar stools here. Taylor was able to make it work by having the dining room table here, because this is like some of the best views of the house. You're sitting here and you get to look out and you see nature. It's beautiful. So there's that area, right? The living quarters. It's finally starting to feel like a home. We redid this area here, so now we have this couch / bed, and you have this other amazing view, and we're repurposing as much of our, you know, LA furniture as we can. We finally have a guest bedroom. So this is where Gabe is actually staying with us. He's not here currently, but this is Gabe's room over here, and it's nice to have a dedicated guest bedroom finally. This is my office, and we're not gonna talk about that right now. Like I said, we're not fully done. We're just making it presentable. No one goes into my office besides me anyway. Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's that's kind of it. That's kind of what we've been up to for the past 4 days. Unpacking and organizing and getting everything situated has taken up 2 of those days. It's just been, I mean, if you've ever moved, I've only ever moved from apartments before, so I'd never like moved like two people's things, me and Taylor. I had never moved like a home before, and it is gnarly. Like it's a lot. But things are finally cooling down, which is funny because the temperature is heating up. It's supposed to be over 100 for the next week. But yeah, kind of. I wanted to update you guys and just get back into the swing of things, because I had not filmed just a lot. Life has been a lot lately. We did it. we did it though, baby. We're done in the sense that like we are here now, and we can start to start our life. So now that we're here, we can kind of get back into the swing of things of skating again. The sweeping content, you guys know that that's a staple now. But yeah, so we're just get back into it all and move forward, because this is it. Like we're done officially with LA, which is really, really cool. So thank you for watching. Thank thank you for bearing through this video if you did. I know it was a lot of rambling, a lot of yapping. It's gonna be kind of gnarly skating in this heat, but I want to skate myself, so I guess we'll make some videos out of it too. It's been a while. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. uHaul, hopefully one day you decide to unban me. I would appreciate that, but I also understand if you don't want to. See you guys next video. Peace out.